Now that's giving me a boner.
XOXOXOXO. What S up? Learnin' all you sexy MFERS. Snowblower. Person turquoise waving. 90 crew snowblower.
No, no, no!
Ten crew. Smash that thumbs up. Squirt. Wakey bakey, I passed out before end of stream last night. 350 crew. Learnin' heads. G-day to you sir. Good afternoon heads.
Well, good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good morning to you. Good afternoon, good evening to some. How's everybody feeling this morning? How are we doing? Going to be flying on some BonerFPV classics this morning. As I mentioned late last night, we did not get any new BonerFPV map this week.
Get M-Kiz.
All gravy.
LOL.
It happens. Boner's been a busy man. And he makes the maps for fun. So,
Wakey wakey hands off Snakey.
you know, we move on. Yes, wakey wakey, hands off of your penis. All right, gentlemen, the lobbies will be open. The lobby name is Keep Your Boner Classic. We're going to start
You're
with...
not the first British person to tell me that.
We're going to start with Quads in Space, which I think was like the second map that he ever sent me, I think. I'm pretty sure. Maybe the third. I don't know. If he was here, he would know. He remembers these things.
Well, now I've got a boner.
Yeah. Me too, Bardwell. Oh, lordy.
Us Brits and our penises.
Oh, no sound. How are we feeling today? We got plans today. We going flying? We going surfing? What are we doing? What's the plan for this week's end?
Feeling hard.
Hard like a rock.
Oh.
Absolute
I
classic.
feel good.
Classic map.
Practicing my hovering.
Let's see if we can just smash this bitch first try. First thing in the morning. Oh.
Waiting Monday for the
Oh,
replacement.
I used to hate that dive too.
hop.
Not hate it, but, you know, like, dread. I used to dread that dive. That's
Feel
what I should
okay,
say.
just came back from a bit of flying.
Very nice.
Makes my hands look
jealous.
small. I feel good.
Monday for replacement AGO1. You have to. Oh, you need a replacement. Am I forgetting what happened to your originals? Tell me your stories. I feel like if you did tell me, I must have forgotten. Yes, practice your hovering, your forward flight, your flips and rolls.
Putting my car back on lift to replace a ball joint and change oil.
Very nice.
Yeah, original lost the centering capability, no zen on that one.
Oh no. That's interesting. I haven't heard that happen to anybody yet. Not saying that it hasn't, but I just haven't heard of it yet. That's the first I've heard of anything bad happening with an AGO1. Well, I'm glad they at least got it. Did they get it replaced for you? I hope.
I made video
Yeah,
edits
hopefully
last
you don't have
night.
any
Two of
issues
them from the week's footage. Need
with the
to
new
do
one.
one more still and schedule them for a gradual release, or maybe I'll just release really quickly like with the missus. I got my 4 proto flying tried M32 and FETEC Alpha yesterday, and it had some weird bobbles. Don't try 2 new firmwares at the same time. I guess going good on BF44 now.
There you go. Yeah, if it ain't
play
broke,
airsoft and do some hooping there hopefully.
don't fix it.
Yeah, replacement, and it's here probably Monday. Fast shipping and straight through customs too.
Nice.
Sounds like the same
Damn.
issues with my spine not centering, no zen. Brandon Beans, what cam VTX was on that brushy? Oh boy, I gotta look it up, but it's by AKK.
Oh, mountaintop. Time to start getting in the IGAO spirit if you're competing. That's what this preseason is really going to be best for.
Grab bag.
If you understand how to fly in general, you really don't need the preseason weeks. But it is nice to kind of get yourself acclimated to how the submission process works and making videos and all that jazz. Because that's all part of this. Oh, there is no under there.
What
Whoops.
up, dude? AKKA 11
What up, Dusty Joe?
G micro AIO camera,
How you
mini
doing,
FPV
brother?
camera, 25 MW 200 MW switchable FPV transmitter with OSD configuration for drone RC hobby HDTPS ACO D4XGKMHM. That's it right there, Sharky.
Nice.
Are you sure? Thanks, dude.
Am I sure?
Read the manual, it's stupid
Oh.
complicated to set the channel and stuff. Ask if younger confused because I got it. Repeat that please. LOL.
Oh, you did figure out how to change it. Okay. That's
Good Friday so far. Investing
Good to
my
know.
neighbor tons of cops, ambulances and fire department. Older couple.
Oh. Whoa. What were they doing? Interesting. Keep us posted.
LOL, not younger. I mean, if you get confused, it's only 3 LEDs and a button to do band channels and power, so it's kind of wacky.
I see.
Meth lab probably. Musk blew up another 10 mil yesterday with the Starship pocket money compared to the 22 BIL. Twitter has lost in value though. 3 billion.
Yeah, when they no, it wasn't 3 billions for the contract. Contract
Rebels
doesn't
now
just
Bauer
include one
repair.
rocket though. In their contract though, they estimate for all that kind of shit. I mean, I know people want to. It's fun to just blame it right on Elon, but like, there's a rack of people that go into doing that. It wasn't just Elon, so like, it wasn't one guy's failure.
That's just like crashing
you know,
a quad for him.
It's like a whole bunch of people, not failure, but they were learning from it.
Nice couple gave me
Got to figure out how to
when I
launch
crash my
a
drone in
building
his
into
backyard,
space.
So do I lose my drone and be nosy?
Yes, you do. Knock on their door first, maybe. If they're angry. Oh wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only Twitter is all Musk.
Go lose it. Go
Haha.
go lose the drone. Well, even Twitter has a
That
bunch of
rocket
investors
launch
and
was
shit,
sick, too
so it's
bad
not
it
just
didn't
him
to
either.
release, but getting past
He said
that
himself he
queue
couldn't
was a
buy
good
it
start.
himself. He had to get a whole bunch of investors to help with him. So I mean, again, it's fun to point fingers and be like, you did this, but it's like pointing the finger to like the director of a video game and be like, you fucked this whole thing up. It's like, oh yeah, he's responsible, but there's definitely like a team of people behind all this shit. Kind of like blaming one person at the head of the country for everything when it's like, nah, there was a rack of people that went into making that bad decision. Like, he may have signed off on it, but, you know, you got other people you could blame too there. I feel like figureheads are meant to take blame while the rest of the team can kind of just, you know, do their thing. Take a little bit of blame, I guess. The team does.
I think Heads has a small crush on Musk.
No, I don't care about talking shit about people like that.
People talk shit about Musk. At
Talk
least he
shit
has
about him all you
something.
want. I don't give a fuck. I don't know him like that. I'm just saying that if you're talking about like blowing up a rocket, it's silly because it's like that wasn't just him. It's not just his money. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into that.
I do. That Cybertruck looks sick.
But no, I don't have any kind of crush on Elon. Y'all go ahead and make fun of him. I don't give a shit. He's the one man that proved that getting money can grow your hair back. So there is that.
I love talking shit on people and I reserve my right to do so.
For sure, so do I. Yeah. Absolutely. I reserve your right to do so. I work hard on that. But no, I'm never going to be like, don't you say that.
My favorite part
Don't
is
say
when
that in
people
my
blame
chat.
the downfall of Twitter on Musk as if Twitter wasn't
You
a
don't
shithole
say
before the
that
buyout.
about Daddy Musk.
I like the dude as a person. He seems legit.
I like him as a person too. I think he's funny. I don't care about his business stuff because I don't really know shit about it. Or like even pretend to know anything
I
about
hate
his
the Musk
business.
cult.
Because I don't know. I just don't know. That's all way out of my pay raise? No, pay grade is the word I'm looking for. That's all out of my pay grade.
Too legit to quit. That's why
That's
it
for
was
him
a
to
test
deal with.
launch to find flaws.
But I do think he's funny because he makes people angry. I like that. I like when people troll. I mean, obviously, I kind of like doing that myself a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's got his funny moments. He's definitely got some cringy moments, but you know, don't we all? I don't know about you guys, but I wore Jankos.
And they hate on Rogan too. He seems really down to earth. Musk used Chinese
yeah,
comment
Rogies-
farms to sell his cars.
Old
Genius for
Joe
sure.
Rogies has got his
Good
ups and
morning,
downs as well,
trolls.
of course. You know, everybody's got their ups and downs. It all depends on where you get your news from, is how you feel
That
about
pad
some of
had
these
to have
people, it
gotten
seems.
destroyed concrete chunks everywhere.
I know a lot of you guys
I
probably
was
watch
legit,
the
I
shit
was
for
too
yourself,
legit, I was too legit to quit, but now I'm
but
unlegit, so for
the
that I
rest of the
must quit.
country world /world doesn't necessarily do that.
Morning, Johannes.
Just catch headlines, catch what the rest of the group's saying, go off of that. When I judge people, though, I try to like go watch
I
the shit
just
for
how he
myself
likes
first.
to talk to everybody. Everyone has a story.
You know?
Wonks. Smoke.
Yes, massive wonks this morning. I got a really funny
I've never
comment. I
seen
haven't gotten
Rogan
one.
unless it's some right or left-wing extremist short at YouTube.
Unless it's
Any tip for someone who
right
wants
or
to build
left
a
wing
tiny
extremist short at YouTube. Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean everybody's gonna use him because he's got a huge platform and he talks to a lot of people, controversial people too. But they're gonna use his shit for that reason, you know, to direct their narrative.
Hi there, 8-bit.
Both directions. Both are guilty for it. But you know, politics is just a game here, folks. It's just a game. We're just watching a bunch of people get rich, and we're arguing about why one person should be rich and one shouldn't. All the while, none of us are. So, who's the real winner here? It's us.
Politics is annoying.
Yeah, politics is annoying if you look at it in like a
Who is trolling who?
like an If you look at it too seriously, I guess you could say. With politics, I don't know. I like to laugh at shit. I guess I got a bit of a doom and gloom kind of outlook on the world. Where I don't give a shit about all the political stuff. I don't care. Y'all do whatever you want, you know? Do what makes you happy.
Not sure
just leave me alone.
Caught it on last night's live. Fat Pastor Marty told me to tell you he said hi doing some 3D prints for him infinity loops.
Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I did hear you say that. And thank you. I love Marty. He's a beast. So is Casey.
Hey,
I like both of those fellas. They're both good dudes.
That's the thing about the politics. They want to leave you alone.
Well, yeah, because they need to drag people into it. If you're not interested in it, then this shit doesn't go anywhere, you know? Yeah.
Hey, Ova.
Ugh.
Congress needs a Hell in Cell match.
Yo, that would be so much fun, dude.
Lots of people seem to treat politics like sports.
Yes. Yeah, I make this argument all the time that it's just teams now at this point, and it's really that's why it got so annoying to me, is because I don't really fuck with sports like that either, just because the team thing's kind of lame. Like I followed the Redskins while they were still the Redskins. Oh, it's controversial to say. While they were still the Redskins, I was following them because I live here, and that's the local team. So I followed them for years and years and years and years since I was a kid, and they lose all the fucking time. But people always come back and, you know, talk their shit. Well, they're gonna beat so and so, or they're gonna beat so and so, and then they just get fucking raffle stomped. And it's like, well, it's cool to support your team, that's fine, but you also got to realize when your team's kind of sucking. You know, doesn't mean you ditch your team, but it means you be real with yourself and be like, yeah, they're probably not gonna win this game. They're probably not. I hope that they do, but statistically, we're not looking too good here, boys. But yeah, politics definitely became way more of a team sport over the last few years, and it's just kind of gotten a little, I don't know, just too tribal. I just don't care that much to be like arguing about what rich people do. I don't give a shit. They don't care about what we do. I couldn't pay me enough to care about what they do. Don't give a shit.
That's why they are not the Skins anymore.
Exactly. Couldn't even keep their name. Had to get rid of it.
Tribal, no pun intended.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Right. No pun intended.
Politics is why I don't have Facebook anymore.
Yeah. Bro, when I had to make a new Facebook when we started doing FPV stuff, OG was like, you have to, because
you
it's
let
like,
me know when politicians start hooping.
That's the only way that you're going to be able to make any like connections with the FPV world, is a lot of the FPV groups are on Facebook. So he was like, I know it sucks, but that's pretty much what you got to do. So I held out for a while, like 6-7 months, didn't get on social media at all. And then finally I was like, all right, fuck it, I guess I got to. It was around IGAO time, I think, when I started competing in IGAO. But even in FPV, I keep seeing, well, it's less now. It'll ramp up again around election time, but all these fucking FPV groups, there's people arguing in the comments about
all the
politics
to manipulate everyone these last few years.
And it's like, dude, this is your hobby to get away from that.
Hey.
Shut it. Leave it at home. Athix. Hey.
I'm sure we all can agree Andrew Tate is a cunt who can't even sound a right.
I don't care about Andrew Tate. He says a bunch of weird, dumb shit. He says some shit that makes sense, but so does everybody. Everybody says dumb shit. He just has a really loud voice and a very big ego, which is
and dirty, and I don't
pretty cringe.
Hey,
it's pretty hard to like take him seriously if he says shit like, I'm top G and I bought a Bugatti for fucking whatever and I rented it and whatever else I did. I don't know. He just talks a bunch of shit. But he's a character. He's selling a brand. I get it. It's like Liver King. They're just selling brands. Liver King was a big fucking douche too. He still is a big douche and a liar. But they're selling a brand. So, you know, you do what you do to try to make your money, I guess. Some people are snakes and some people aren't. Those two are snakes. Just name of the game. They're playing it. What's the saying? Don't hate the player.
You can rent a Bugatti in Dubai.
Hate the game.
The only time I like that dude is when he is leaning into really hard and trying not to laugh.
I like,
I don't know what he says, but Finnish people take sauna seriously, and we tore him a new one after he went to sauna at 50C and sat at the lowest level. Haha.
Nice.
If you make politics mainstream, you can't escape. 2016 was the start, and 2020 escalated it a lot.
Yes, I agree. But it's
I am a gorilla.
daytime TV now.
Hey, One Vision.
Murder yourself.
What's up, all you awesome rippers?
You know what I like? I like Tate when he's not talking at all and he's kickboxing. He was a pretty good fighter. I like that better. I saw some old clips of him fighting, and I was like, that's entertainment. But this new shit he does, it's entertainment for a certain person. I don't want to point fingers at what kind of person it is, but it's usually people that need some confidence, like they don't have much. I don't know if that's what he's trying to provide or if he's just trying to fleece them. Feels more like he's trying to fleece them, but, you know, if he's helping some of them out, I guess, whatever. I don't know, man. These are things that, like, again, they're fun to point and laugh at, but if I dip my toe in that pool is stupid, I'm afraid that it's just going to rub off on me, so I try to avoid it.
Authentic sauna requires to beat yourself with fresh cut branches from a white birch tree.
Try to just avoid it.
When you point a finger, there are 3 point back to you. If you want entertainment, watch the Rangers. I bet Drone Cramps is a huge fan.
He is. He's a huge fan.
Points, but yay.
See, that's somebody who's fleecing people in our community, and it's directly not affecting me, but it directly affects people that I give a shit about. So therefore, I will torch him until the end of time.
Vasta or Vita, and the country can't argue which is the proper term.
And clickbait. I've always made fun of clickbait stuff ever since I started doing any type of, like, I hate calling it content creation, but that's what it is, I guess. But that's a more encompassing way to say it.
I listen to is Jonathan Pye, just because he shits on every side.
I like people that shit on every side. That's fun too. I kind of like to do the same myself. I just wait for them to do something laughable.
My buddy
and then laugh at it,
likes to sauna. I think he is Finnish or some kind of Scandinavian.
I like to laugh.
Sup, Brandon Beans.
That's what I like to do.
17 quads of the year.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Crazy
yeah.
how these old fat fucks got rich and
Whoop of the year
so easily. They
in
all
January.
fell for it. Divided our country with all their shit. The wars started before they dropped them the boom booms.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Alex
I was gonna
Jones,
say
LOL.
the
Is Tommy back this season?
Who are you talking about? You talking about Alex Jones? Don't get him upset. He's gonna get in here. Oh, he's here.
Just want someone with some balls like Trump.
I guess I don't. I'd rather have somebody at the helm who's got a little bit of
LOL.
A little bit of grunt to him, you know.
I don't know. Haven't chatted with Tommy.
In general,
in
I
a few
prefer
months.
like a leader of anything to have a bit more grunt to him. I don't like a soft-handed leader. I just don't think they do much in general. I came from a household though that had like very tough leaders of the household, you know. So it's like, I guess I want to see that reflect in my country as well. But yeah, I don't know, man. Politics is too stupid. You can't.
Morning peeps.
You can't like 100% agree with someone.
Same.
You know, like
he may have balls, but he.
That's
was
why
a
I've never
major part
voted
of the
as or played the game, as I say.
The vague seems good.
Because it's just too. It's too. It's too broad.
We have no say. President is a robot.
You know, it's too broad.
Division.
I can't like any one person completely. Every single thing that they do, we don't agree. We're not going to agree on. You know. Plus, my views are very like kind of not fully centered. I'm sure they're not fully centered, but I'd say they're more centered than anything else. I just want people to be left alone.
True
you know?
dat.
Just have your life and leave everybody else alone, like entirely. Just fuck off.
Good morning.
Leave people alone. That's all.
Conformists are the most boring people on earth.
Yeah,
Hicks
true.
Drinks Bud Light.
True. I do. Well, I don't drink it. I sip it. I sip it from a straw.
Plus, his balls were fleeced
made of
and
cardboard.
by television, not real life balls.
So settle down.
The problem, they won't leave you alone.
That is a problem. You're
I
right.
just want a president that is smarter than me. Good morning. I lean right but have left values too.
Damn.
There has always been a
Ditto,
division.
so do I.
Just brought them out.
I was raised
No fish
by
tank so far.
by a bunch of lefties, so
TGIF.
I definitely have a lot of that
They're
in me
never
still.
going to have smart people in politics. How can we change that?
Take the money out of it. You got to take the money out of it. There's too much, way too much money in
Voting
it.
local is the best way to actually
Why
get
is it
your
that so
shit
many
fixed.
people that get into politics, like all of a sudden their net worth is massive? Give them like 5 years in politics, 5, 6 years. Net worth massive. There's too much money in it. So you get people that want money to get into it. You get people like Tate, like that kind of mentality where it's I'm selling a product or I'm
That's the system
trying to
now.
sell a way of life or whatever.
One word
Same thing.
Rockefeller.
Same shit, just on a much larger scale, but same difference. And I think that's why none of that shit interests me. Is just I don't care. I'm not falling for the game. Don't want to. I'm not joining the tribe. I'm not gonna pick a team. No.
Pelosi capital
I will
link.
not,
I know you gave money to Pelosi with their Nvidia stocks.
bro. Just a little bit. It was just a little bit.
LMAO. They are all the same. That D, the
Pelosi's
Dems,
hubby
they
is
take
hooking me
all
up
our
with
money.
some hammer dates.
My
so
household was never really right or left. We were always
You know,
promoted
it's
to
a good
read,
deal.
listen, learn, and make informed decisions, and you would be supported.
that's a great way to
Oh,
raise
you're
your
on the
household,
no
dude.
team.
For sure, that's a great way
1070.
to raise your household.
And when you
Oh.
notice, hey, look, squirrel.
She
Pelosi got heavies,
Exactly.
LOL.
got those weapons of mass distraction. Yeah.
My parents were big Bush supporters, and I'm like, he needs to go to jail. Any tips for someone who wants to build a hoop? LOL.
If it's your first whoop, just
Long
buy a
paddles
bind and
ETF.
fly and do repairs to it, but I wouldn't recommend building a whoop for like your first one. If it's not your first build ever, it's kind of up to you. I would say start with probably a
Yeah.
Happy Model flight controller, but
UC
oh
Samson
god,
SVID
picking which
with
one.
Pelosi in it, ha ha ha, it's great.
Let me marinate on that question for a minute.
BNF is the way to go. Fractal 65 or 75 quarantined best bind and flint.
For sure.
Oh boy,
I agree.
I wasn't too raised, just punished.
Well, yeah, I had similar, just Irish Catholic upbringing, I should say, not bringing. So yeah, it was a lot of punishment, but I feel like it paid off in the long run for me. I'm very careful about my actions
the
in the
belt.
world now.
My X12
think
is crazy. It has lasted
about my
power
actions
loops and Mata
quite a bit,
since February, and
You know,
it's still
before I do
going.
anything. So yeah, I feel like that was a good lesson to learn. I'm thankful.
I was punished for existing when I was a kid, LOL.
Well, that's okay. That's a little different. I had a mom that was like that. She was a little bit of a bitch, but it happens, man. We live and we learn. If anything, it taught me how to not be with my son or any of my future children. But I also learned some important lessons that I will.
My throat one day, closed
You
all
know.
the doors and curtains. Good time.
Oh, Jesus.
Only problem I have had with the X12 is the cube antenna popping off.
Well, that's not too bad of a fix either, though. Popping the cube antenna off and putting on your own little copper wire is actually recommended by most. Or, waiting till it pops off and then just replace it with a little bit of wire. You only need to solder it to one pad out of the 4 pads that are
Sup, Eve?
underneath the cube.
Oh dang, Eve had a knife on my throat by my mom.
Jeez. I hope you
Love
guys
you
get a
guys.
yaw tracking during iGal. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to convince Dan to do an inverted yaw tracking week.
We love you too. So many people raised by the television on this generation, sad face.
It's not
Wait
even.
until you see what the internet
Oh wait, you're
grows.
talking about our
I am
generation.
on FR
Yeah,
Sky
yeah.
still, LOL.
Television and video games for sure. A lot of Nintendo, a lot of arcades, a lot of Mortal Kombat, a lot of Street Fighter.
I'm so bad at yaw stuff.
Yeah, that's why I want to convince him
Oh
to
man, we a
make a
bunch
whole
of
week.
trauma survivors. P.
Ooh, spicy
I'm waiting on support
meatball.
from Rotor Riot Yays.
Oh no. For what?
Yep, LOL.
What do you? Oh no.
When I was growing up, we didn't have cable. Oh boy.
We had the
Good
black
look.
box.
My buddy and I refer to us as the Nintendo generation.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with our generation, though. I think we got our quirks, obviously, but considering what's coming up behind us, I think we're doing
We
all
had
right.
a roof that was enough, haha.
I remember when the
Trauma
world didn't have
FPV.
internet, you know? I remember
One
when
Squawk Snail VTX.
my house didn't have internet when I was a kid.
100-foot
I remember not
satellite
having
dish.
cell phones. Like, I remember, I don't know,
abuse
I remember a lot
FPV.
of pre-technology in the home stuff, which I'm grateful for as well that I went through that as a child. I'm kind of depressed that my son doesn't get to experience it, but we do keep him. I've talked about this before. I don't talk about it too much, but I've talked about it before. Like I'm very careful with what our son watches and plays and everything else. So he plays
We had a
original
rotary
Nintendo. He plays Super Nintendo, but that's
Didn't
it.
he have a cell phone until I was 20? I didn't.
Which
he
is
have
crazy
good
because
internet
I
till Starlink like
I know
a
some
year or
6-year-olds
so
and 7-year-olds that have PlayStations
Answering
already, which is
machine.
like, oh god. The access to the shit they have on PlayStation
ago.
compared
I
to
have
like
an
Nintendo.
SNES for my kids too.
Oh no. That'll cause some problems in the future. Is there something on the side of this building? No, there
Probably
isn't.
not that big, but yeah, those fucks watched TIV from the satellite. I got beat if I looked at the TV.
Jesus.
Just imagine your son in a COD lobby. I had an Atari 2600. PSX was so good, golden age of gaming.
I think my son would be okay even at this age in a COD lobby. He picked him up from school last week, right? He's 6. I pick him up and I'm talking to him on the way home. I'm like,
My
how's your day
daughter
going and
likes
everything?
Animal Crossing.
He goes, I was in gym
The
and
internet generation
Mo,
is going to be amazing, can't?
my son's friend Mo, gets in trouble all the time. Always lying, always telling stories. So he says, Mo got in trouble in gym, and when we were leaving, Mo turned to me and he went like this. And I told him, I know what that word is. Put that down. He's a good kid. I think he's going to be all right. He even at a young age, he's given me faith that he's going to be okay. He's going to make it in this world, I
Wait
think.
to see what they come up after the gender confusion. My first
Yeah.
computer to use was the Apple II.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with
The
that.
PSX combined with the 90s club scene just went hand in hand.
Ooh, yeah.
Still have my 2600. Can't
Damn,
wait
still got
until
a
my little
2600?
dude is ready to game. Larry
Classic
and Curly.
Atari.
I programmed a 3D game on a Apple II in high school. Was fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Oyek is the underground. 8-bit FPV, yeah, the turtle. A full notebook of code. I did 3D graphics with C64 Basic. Fish tank live stream win. Basic.
Whenever it's back.
WTF.
Whenever it's
8-bit,
back.
I was in 5th grade when I did that. Handwritten then entered by floppy
If it was
disks,
live right
LOL.
now, I already said I'll put a little picture-in-picture right above me, and we will stalk together. We'll all stalk. Hopefully it'll be back by next week, though. I did hear in an interview last night with Jet, he said they're going to hold off on doing any of the pranks and stuff that they had planned until the cameras come back up.
SUS.
Yes, very sus. That's how we do. Big sus over here.
Ooh. They are streaming
Ooh.
Kitchen RN on Sam S live stream YouTube.
Are they really? Nice.
Load 8-1.
Yeah, hopefully they get it all fixed up soon. All right, we're gonna go a little bit of a lateral move here. Still a BonerFPV map. Still an oldie. I think it's this one.
Temporary stream.
And these are some of the early ones that he sent me. Very early.
8-bit remember on the old PC with the turbo button.
Was it like a temporary overclocking button? Turbo. Oh no.
Yup.
No.
Well, it's that time again. Pizza pepperoni for all.
Ooh. You're killing me. Now I'm gonna go out and get some for lunch again.
The turbo button that actually underclocked your PC so it could run games properly. Turbo was default. You put it off the turbo to play old clock-based games.
I see.
Yes, the turbo button that actually slowed it down for backwards compatibility.
There you go.
It wasn't a temporary overclock button, was actually a button to slow down programs
underclock
that assumed the
button.
old clock speed. Do you feel the 65mm fractal frame is worth the switch?
From what?
Had to install a separate coprocessor.
What are you switching from? Because that depends. Normally I would just default and say, yeah, whatever you're flying, the fractal's probably going to be better. But if you're talking about switching to like a 65 from a 75, I might make an argument for the latter.
If it underclocked, you had the pins wrong way around, haha. The Mobula 6 frame.
Oh yeah. I would make the switch. For sure. You can even get the Fractal Lite, F65 Lite, which is just the carbon plate and the hardware. And then you can use the ducts from your Mobula 6 frame, chop them and use them on that, and then use all your internals and all that jazz. But yeah, for sure.
True.
I think so. Most definitely.
We're eco-conscious.
Exactly. Please. Yeah, Eve, I was showing off those tweezers last night a little bit too that you sent me. Those feel really nice. You said those are made in Taiwan though, right?
The duct is held up like on the little thin weld piece. I used to burn trash in a pit.
Yeah, that's a really popular spot to break on those. I've had better luck.
Underclocked because a lot of games at that time tied the speed of the game to clock speed. Wipeout is a perfect example of the better the hardware, the faster the game ran.
Okay.
Yes, MIT.
I would usually break my Mobula 6 ducts right around the same spot. I've had better luck with them lasting longer on the fractal frame. It's like they have a little more give, so they don't break as easily. At least in my experience. Chat may be able to give you a different input on that.
Okay, tomorrow the Fractal 65 frame drops. I have a new diamond. What do I need to do to sweet talk the diamond to stay alive and work for me after soldering and setting it up?
You got to get 2 bullfrog eyes. You need to get a chicken that has been killed by a straight blade. You must get a gallon of ox blood and 2 feathers from a Siamese ostrich. Do we say ostrich feathers already? We need ostrich feathers though. You need all those ingredients. Rhino nose hair, that's in there. Well, that's
just looks cooler as well. I'll have
that's
to
a
switch
different
over,
spell,
and
but
I'm
that one will work
diamond
too.
With me luck. I run half
Oh,
ducks
God,
and never seem to crack any. That's right, wine not wine. I only have a chicken killed by a curved blade.
It's not.
This
Well, you
sounds
could
like
try
a
it,
chop
but
and throw meal.
I've heard that can cause
I
problems.
make sure my wire antennas are up and away from the board, especially neat the solder connection. Cox rocks and ox blood. Okay, I just need 1 feather then.
Yes, correct. That's right. Math would, yes, math would say this. Deduce that, right? Anyways, TBH, I think having a diamond last is A, luck, and B, good luck. Yeah,
it's not even a joke that S the actual recommended procedure.
It's
use a short stopper FS.
Yeah, that can help sometimes, but even still, what I recommend is using a fan on your bench when you are powering it up for any reason besides flying it. If you're powering up a diamond to do anything,
my diamond has lasted
just
me
put a
since
fan on
launch,
it.
and I've
Put a
been
fan on it
swapping
close.
back and forth. I love that thing.
Give it plenty of air. It gets hot really fast. For very little inputs,
FC,
it gets pretty warm.
Get a lot of tickets if the diamond lives.
I only bought a fan to use with diamond boards. Like I bought a little desk
always
fan.
Use fan on the bench.
Yeah, no, I don't. I couldn't be bothered. I only started using it when I needed to use it on the diamonds because it would get too hot. Every other board I've always been able to get in and out before it's a problem.
Onboard VTX making all that heat.
Yeah, it does.
Happy Friday,
a
everyone.
Lot. Makes a lot of heat. Ah, we're in there. Trying to do some oval power loops.
Can't you just shut off the VTX? Most boards make ton of heat, not much one can do about that.
True, but the diamond is really bad at handling a lot of heat. And I guess that's kind of my point, is just the diamond is very fragile with heat when you're soldering and heat when you're turning it on, it seems. At least that's where my two issues always seem to be.
Yeah, I saw that Eve makes sense.
You know?
I got a couple diamond from last fall that have been good on 65, no issues. I do run 100 MW. Maybe I should also put a fan while soldering. Diamond has so little area and copper weight.
Yeah.
On the board directly the fan.
Yeah, soldering them, as Eve suggested there, diagonally, not just moving across and just doing like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on your motor wires is also a good idea. Kind of like scatter them a little bit of how you're soldering them on.
But
just disperse the heat a little more.
Smoke 8-bit FPV. Doubt more
get
copper would help.
straw.
It would just sustain more heat for longer.
Little straw up the nose.
Belongs.
Just hold it. Just breathe deeply while you're soldering. Oh.
The fan I have blows the air straight up. I am good, lol. More copper prevents more heat to sink in the first place.
Nothing going on in that one.
Rosin fumes straight to the nostrils.
Yeah.
So the morning boner is task saturated.
Right in. Yes, the morning boner is severely task saturated. That's correct.
Not the worst thing I've breathed in.
That's true. Yeah, probably not even close. I worked in a body shop for a long time, so I'm sure I've breathed in a lot of gnarly shit. I'm sure. I used to do gold plating and stuff too on Cadillac emblems. You know, you replace an emblem, they give you a silver one plated, and you gotta, or a chrome plated, whatever you want to call it. And you gotta do a little electro dipping, old school, and that shit is highly toxic. But I'm just little 16-year-old me as a helper. Just breathing that shit in. I think I used to put my t-shirt up over, or my work shirt up over my my mouth. You know, when you're a kid, you don't care about any of that shit. Not until you get older and you're like, oh, that was dumb. I shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea.
The stairwell after they bomb you building. I burned the POL.
Oh, you burned poo? Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it too. Burning the poo.
Magic smoke.
Oops. Alright, IGO has started.
Your issues, heads? I mean chemicals in high concentrations for long periods of time, or obviously not gonna hurt anyone, right?
Oh, what started my Crohn stuff? Maybe. I still blame American diets mainly for that. Not even American diets, just new age diets. We all eat shit unless you go out of your way to eat well. So, I don't know. I feel like that's probably it, because there's a rise in Crohn's and like people with bowel diseases and shit. So Yeah, I don't know. Could be.
I got a connection now. What up, mofos?
What up, though? Bitterroot, how you doing? WB. With iGal starting, is there anything anybody is having issues with or got some nerves about a particular week? Maybe I can give you some input that might help you or soothe your anxiety over the week. Let me know. We're just kind of farting around this morning, but I don't mind helping. If anything is a mystery, or you're looking for any pointers for anything.
More chemicals a day, plastic that vitamins and calories.
Yeah, that too.
Kakuxonoxoxonoxo. Tyrant S. Barony finals week makes me nervous.
Why? You don't do Biranis? That's like me doing a trippy spin week. Like that's like his thing, you know, like his forte. So don't be too nervous.
Yo, Johannes 8-bit.
You don't be too nervous.
How I yaw better?
How do you yaw better? Work on killing your throttle first off.
Nick is also doing a giveaway.
Oh yeah, he is. He is doing a giveaway. Work on killing your throttle when you're doing yaw stuff. Inverted yaw stuff.
Fast inside a ladder is too hard.
That's like one of the most important things is to just make sure you have your throttle completely nuked, just all the way down. And then do your yaw input. So it does feel a little funny. It takes a little while to get used to, especially in either direction.
I saw you playing GTA a while ago. Have you tried Assetto Corsa? Is anyone else doing IGOW?
No, I don't think I have.
Good morning, all.
I'm sure there's other people in here that are doing IGO, yeah. But with yaw stuff, I mean, really, the yaw spinning is... You can practice that right side up. Just practice your 360 spins on your yaw, you know?
Are shitting to bad when rolling, it goes apeshit sometimes.
But when you get inverted, it can get a little trickier. But if you have that killing your throttle down, then it's much easier on yourself. But a lot of people will leave your throttle kind of a little up, just a tiny bit.
RDR2 drone mod is that map.
But just that tiny bit just pushes you straight down into the ground. So it's a habit to break. And as far as like for tracking things, yaw tracking is another one that's just kind of depends on your practice of how much you practice this, because yaw tracking is not really one that you like just figure out. It's not like trippy spins where you'll just kind of like snap into it. It's one where you got to really clean it up, work on like getting your yaws to be nice and smooth. Your flip over to inverted is really important, making sure that that's nice and clean and quick.
Snappy only.
Yeah, yaw move snappy is kind of, I don't know. I don't like snappy stuff like that too much. I like a mixture of two, like where
drone mod would be fun horse chasing.
I guess a juicy flick is probably like my best example, where it's like you flip over fast, but then you do like your rollout kind of slow.
Just
I can do
get
it a little
good.
cleaner. Just because it looks a little better to me. So with inverted yaws, I usually do the flip over fast, and then I do the yaw spin slow. So it's like just like the juicy flick, it's fast and then a slow. With the inverted yaw, it's fast and then slow. Same thing.
It exists, but to know how the physics are. Just get wrecked.
Exactly.
Slow motion moves are my favorite too.
Yeah, it just looks a lot cooler. You can tell what's happening. That would be the only thing that would scare me about Barani week is the fast movement. Just doing it indoors is all. Just my rates really don't give me that flexibility. So it would just have to be a timing thing for me. I would just have to my timing would have to be just much better. But that all comes with practice.
Shut up and get wrecked, cause now it's time to hoop or die.
I was going to put out a little video with some iGal pointers in it, but I decided against it midway through editing it. So it's still like halfway done, but I just stopped editing because I was like, this is really obvious shit. But one of the things I was going to mention in it, or I did mention in it, is that if you are planning on trying to make it to the end of this and really compete for like the finals, the one thing I said is like, it's one thing that not a lot of people bring up, but it should be brought up, is that the people you're competing against in the finals,
Whoops, let's go.
you need to understand that those people, the majority of them, are prepared to fly for several hours a day for several days a week to nail the trick for IGAL. So you got to be kind of ready to do that level of work. You might not need to. Maybe your skill level's better, you know, and it doesn't take you as much time to perfect shit. But there's a chance you're going to be working on stuff for a long time. And it's kind of like, do you have that dedication? Do you have that time? Is that in your schedule? You know?
Yeah, it's like racing.
It is, yeah. You kind of like grinding for it. And the people that grind a lot, it's very obvious. You can tell which ones they are. They're usually the ones in the finals, you know?
Ting tang walla walla bing bang.
Stop. You're giving me flashbacks. I miss it. I miss it so much.
Put out an IGAL pointers video, but every pointer is just wrong.
First thing you're going to want to do is practice with open prop. First thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a 4S quad. Oh, crap. And then I was going to put out like a little list of some materials I thought you might want to get before starting IGAL. Materials A, to repair your whoop, and B, to build gates and such. Just because, you know, you're going to need that stuff.
Folks. Is this one gonna last a year as well?
No, it is scheduled to not
last
for several months.
If you didn't
apparently,
it must be your PIDs.
16 weeks, allegedly. Allegedly. Well, that's for the main game, and then it'll go into the finals.
7 in is the recommended size for who?
He kind of gave us a rundown of that on the podcast we had him on. For those of you who didn't see the In the Loop episode with Skittles, the majority of the episode is covering IGAL. A lot of the new IGAL stuff, a lot of the new rules, a lot of the new format and how that's all going to work, and all the prize pool. We talk a little bit about previous IGALs, not too much. Tried to spend a lot of time on the new one.
That was the hardest part of the last IGAL, was it going so long, especially here where winter hits early and there was still outside challenges.
That was the problem for me too. The reason I dropped out when I did of IGAL 2 was
still a lot, but
it was too much. We were at 22 weeks and I was like, I have shit I have to do. I can't keep doing this. Like people are not dropping out any quicker in those later weeks. It gets a lot more competitive.
A little birdie told me there is a very nice fractal prize.
Oh, is there? Interesting. Infinity Loop's got a nice little prize in there too. Couple nice little prizes. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait for like the full season to start. Because right now it's just preseason stuff, but once the full season gets started, oh, the excitement. Even not competing, it's still fun. Just being involved in it.
You should tie a 2-foot piece of yarn on your hoop so your cat can practice with you. A signed picture of fractal nips. The other crazy thing, I was 12th and got out at week 33, and it went another 13 weeks after that.
True, yeah, which is crazy.
From Holland, building my fractal 75 as we speak.
Oh shit!
Fractal 77,775.
Boner alert! What's up, buddy? How you doing? I got a very peculiar email this morning about, it's all in Dutch and I couldn't read a goddamn word of it, but I knew it had something to do with a hoodie coming to your house, Boner, that I sent there. I just couldn't figure out what the fuck it said. That's why I just forwarded it to you. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this says. Here you go. Here's some info. But I saw it arrived. I'm glad it did. Dude, I'm such an idiot. I mentioned this last week, I think. Maybe I told Kiz about it. Maybe I didn't. But Kiz, you said your shirt finally arrived. And I don't know if I told you, but
is in Sir Massive Thanks.
I sent it from the U.S. distribution center to you, and I'm a complete dumbass. I could have sent it. They have European ones that are a lot quicker that I definitely can use in the future. I just... so stupid, and I sent it from like L.A. or some shit. The fact that they let you send it, though, without being like, hey, we have a whole other shipping center.
Said you sent one.
Yes, 8-bit. I sent 2 to you, but since it's coming from the U.S. distributor, they take forever. Actually forever. On t-shirts. T-shirts take the longest, but you're getting 2 of the newer design in 2 different sizes, because I want you to tell me which size fits you better. Oh no. Oh god. So how's the fractal build coming along there, Mr. Bonaire?
Cool. I really liked that map last night, Heads and Boner. Still waiting on
we
the
flew
battle
2 maps
bones
last
to get
night, I
here.
think. Was it the which one was it? Do you remember what it looked like? Are you still waiting on your battle bones? I just got all the hardware in for the build I'm gonna do on mine. I think I'm gonna use those new Eve tweezers, my Evers, easers, my easers. There you go.
Fractal build is almost ready.
Very nice.
Life at this site is filled with obstacles and battling demons slow.
Yeah, man. I understand. I get it. You do what you gotta do.
We here for you, man.
For sure. Oh no, we got bushed. Fool me once, can't get fooled again.
Freestyle with donut and ship.
Freestyle with donut and ship. Ah, okay. Yes, yes. I don't think that's not a boner FPV map. The first map we flew last night was a boner map. The second one was not. I don't know who made the second one, but I fly on that one a lot.
What is it called?
Freestyle and training on Coastal. You have to download it. But if you go
How
to...
do you like the IL slaps? It's something like Freestyle 2B.
I like them. I like them a lot. The slaps. I like them a lot. Let me sorry, let me show you. If you don't know, I'll show you real quick. You go to Track Manager. Go to Download Track. Up here, just search for Freestyle, and then set this to Coastal. That'll make it easier. And it's this one right here. Freestyle percentage 2B training. I would say this guy made it, but then like there's all these other ones that are basically the same thing. There's just like small things changed. So I'm not sure who made the original one. But I think I guess I'm using this one, and that's why I can't download it. I think that's the one I'm using. I'm using an older one, I know that. So this one's from 2021. That would make sense. But anyways, you just hit download, and then you go back to your main map screen after that, and it should all be there. Keep your boner classic. Who's in here right now?
Yeah, that's the one.
Who's got lead in this room? How do you see all the people in here again? There you go. Who's got the lead? It doesn't tell me. Can either one of you hand it back, or I'll give you a sec, I guess. But see, since one of them doesn't have the map downloaded that I have, it's like
I'm gonna do that.
None of the stuff.
I joined for a bit last
None of the
night.
stuff shows up. So normally this is the base map right here. This is just the one that Velocidrone comes with, and then the one I was flying last night was like a customized one. But yeah, this map's pretty cool just by itself. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh wait, no, he didn't send it back. I thought he did. He did not. What? I think this one's broken. We'll try again. My bad. I should have never left.
It's fucked. That's what was happening to me too. Get signal stomped
Oh, for real?
on.
You were just getting random static? Well, that's weird. Let's go to...
Yes. Yeah, when you left us in there alone, we got static.
Ooh, I'm sorry. Ooh. That's weird. What's his face? Should fix that. Ashley. Should figure out what's going on with that. Let's fly the Apocalypse version
LOL.
of the Tesseract. That's a good
Boner's
old one.
Tower is a classic freestyle map.
That is a do I have that one
I just
downloaded?
put LEDs on my demibot this morning.
Ooh, very nice. I love putting LEDs on quads. So much fun. Spices them up.
Nothing like a getting boner before lunch.
Oh yeah.
Boner's Tower is official. It's in dynamic weather though.
Oh, okay, that's my problem. Thanks, Boo Boo. I feel like I've flown this one before. It sounds familiar. The Bando Tower? Which tower?
What, you don't walk around with a boner all day and night? Alright peeps, we need more likes.
I try not to, you know. Been going through a lot of genes lately. So, yeah, I've been trying not to. Just try to stay seated for those moments. Life's bonerful moments.
20 watching. I ripped all mine. I wear sweatpants.
Which one? Which one? Oh, it is
Yeah,
Bando
Bando
Towers.
Towers.
Okay.
Yeah, where's a hole like a pack of skull in the back pockets do? Bando sweatpants.
Precisely. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I flew this one before. Get all this space in this dive. Oh no, there's another wall there. Poo.
My queef goes like p't. Okay peeps, lunchtime air frying some spare ribs.
Ooh, shit.
Is there a stream tomorrow?
I'm jealous. Yes, stream tomorrow night. We'll be around.
LOL.
Enjoy that. Enjoy your lunch. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some lunch in a little bit. Wife's off work today.
Okay, dokie.
So take her out to lunch in a little bit.
PFFFFFTT.
Kind of like a... Got a little bit of wind to it, just a little bit. It's a tiny bit. That one did not work.
LOL.
Yeah, just like
Hopefully
that.
Dive Week is still in IGOW this season.
I hope it is.
A bit drier.
Dives are so good. Such a good week.
Dive and Orbit weeks will always be in IGOW.
I agree. I think it will be.
5 feet. What's the deal with lampshades? It's a lamp, why do you want shade?
It diffuses the light better
Dab.
throughout the room.
Dive Week produces some good vids.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. God dang it. Not enough room.
Damn these dirty windows.
Oh, get your Windex. I haven't gotten a comment in a while on a review where somebody said that I was spinning around too much. But I got a funny one this morning from some dude. I think it was on the baseline video. I think it was a baseline video. I can just find it. It only takes a second. It was funny though. What did he say? Oh, he said, this was hard to watch. All those circles. You should be about ready to faint. I thought I was going to pass out or puke. Infinity circles is more like it. I guess I did a little too many circles in my baseline video. I got one of those a long time ago though, and I remember he was like, I can't tell how it flies because you're flying it too crazy. I was like, well, there's a whole bunch of reviewers that fly it slow and chill. Like, go watch Albert Kim's review of it. He flies it pretty tame. They already exist. That's why I fly them a little harder, because those already exist. People already fly them like boring.
If you could just position, hold, hover, that'd be great.
I know, right? Yeah. Just,
Queef claps.
if you could do some nice cinematic lines with that freestyle toothpick, that would be great. Some nice cinematic lines in your analog DVR would be beautiful. Does this quad support DJI? Does not. No.
Do a circle count on new reviews.
Maybe I will. But what does he consider a circle? Because he could call this a circle. 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 This is a circle. A power loop is a circle. A Matty flip is a circle. They're all fucking circles.
All circle matter.
So I don't
only
know.
Want to know if you can handle flying around my yard at moderate speed. LOL.
Yeah, right.
Jerk.
I just need this to go moderate throttle. I don't plan on using it full throttle.
Sounds like you just defined all your circles, so count M. Time
I know,
is a
but that's
flat
too
circle.
many. It would be too many to count. Like
Gotta
he said,
do that square power loop.
infinity circles. Infinity circles. I thought it was a good name. It was funny. Square power loop, ready? Oh, if that piece wasn't here, we had it.
Didn't he know
Hang on.
quads can do circles? Thought it was flips and rolls.
Let's do squared power
What's the
loops.
difference between a loop and a circle?
Straight down. Bam. Sharp right. Straight up. Straight across. Sharp right. The difference between a loop and a circle? Nothing. Yeah, nothing. I don't know.
Is there an official quad for IGOW?
No official quad. I believe the
one you're
requirements are up on the website, and they're pretty pretty open as far as you're flying a whoop, basically. Dan's usually not too picky about whoop stuff, like the actual craft. If anything, we suggested he be a bit more picky than he was in previous seasons. Because previous seasons he was just kind of like, well, if it's got ducks, it doesn't matter. So some people were flying like fucking tinywhoops and shit.
Cool.
Yeah. You can go to internationalgameofwhoop.com and they should have all the requirements there for your whoop, for what you can fly and what you can't and all that.
Heads, if for some reason I need to be able to reduce a bit of duck to save weight. It's a bit chunky, although not bad for 1002 motors. Trying to dig out my squirt would be laughable.
Be able to reduce a bit of duck and save weight.
X-class with
Do
ducks.
it. Trying to I go. My squirt. Your squirt.
Is 65 and 75 millimeter.
Yes, yes.
Double roll through the pipe with a hair of throttle to carve the roll around.
Double roll the pipe? You mean like barrel roll it on the inside? Kind of like that? Is that what you're talking about? I guess need to try to trace the edges a little better there.
Yeah. How much squirt could a squirt cart if a squirt cart could cart quartz? Hell yeah.
Question for the ages.
You just did that.
Oops. A little too much forward momentum there, folks. That was just stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Five frame with the whoops as props still needs to happen.
I agree. It does need to happen. I agree. One day. Oh no. It's just me, friend. I am people. People are me.
Dab time.
Ooh, dab it up.
Eight whoops to do that rigged height. 4 whoops bound to the same radio could make a 5 fly LOL. I heard you fart once, it sounded like foo fwa.
Got me. You caught me. Ooh.
And since Elvis does multiple quads. Well, my internet crapped out straight after typing cool grrh.
Oh. Well, is it back now? Sounds like it. Glad it's back. Is there an opening here? Nope. Opening here? Nope. No, no. This map's pretty neat for an old school boner. No, please. Let me in your house. Who are you? Go away. What? Guess who's flying? Someone's back in the air. Uh-oh. Look out. Someone's in the air today. And they're not happy. Some might even say they're angry. Well, that's exciting to hear.
I saw that name. Just now dawned on me. Oh, Donatello is back. I was in Discord.
So far. That's what he says. And he's not making anything, I don't think. Maybe he will. I don't know. He got sent a review quad. We'll see what happens there.
Hate. Almost thought there was a chance of that third Infinity Loop member flying.
No,
I was
don't be
looking
silly.
at the rules.
Don't be silly. E-Doc. Gosh. Although I did build him a whoop recently, he asked for a replica of mine. So I said I'd do that for him, so I did. I built it for him. And I told him yesterday that it's done. And he was like, yeah, it's okay. I'm not like in any huge rush to get it. I didn't think so. Glad I didn't rush to build it.
Just code for multiple personalities, right?
Multiple hobbies actually was the original reason why. It just worked out that it was like we did multi-props, and so it was like a bunch of different, you know, propeller sizes and such, you could say there. Multiple propellers. Because he kind of flies everything. Like he flies model planes or wings and quads, and he flies line of sight really well, actually. I think he flies line of sight maybe even better than he does FPV. Or at least he's more comfortable with one over the other. Yeah, but multi really, it stemmed from the fact that he has so many goddamn hobbies. That's what it really came from.
Oh, I was gonna say I have made friends with most of mine. Multi-excuses.
Yep. Yep. Multi-everything. He's actually, I think he should be involved slightly in something soon. I think. Who knows? Who knows? He pitched us a video idea like a week ago, but he literally pitched it as like, hey, here's a video you guys can do. It wasn't like, hey, let's do this. It was like, hey, here's a video for you guys to do. Where are you going to be?
Oh,
Nowhere
near
near
it. I
it.
don't think they like me really.
Your friends? Oops.
LOL, nah, I don't know any of them. Just me.
That's alright. At least you know you can trust them.
Multi-penis, his condom fits like a glove. If Bergman doesn't show, this whole stream was for nothing.
That's true. Well, if Bergman doesn't show,
Yeah, where is Mikey?
I'm deleting the channel. Deleting the VOD first of this stream, so it'll never be in existence. And then I'm deleting the channel immediately after. Oh.
Ass slow. LOL. He is riding Sky's mom. Mike is West Coast.
So, there's some people in here from West Coast. Isn't Brandon Beans in here? Isn't he West Coast? I think. Something like that. Maybe. Maybe I'm making shit up. No.
I was born in East LA.
West Philadelphia. Born and raised. East LA. Born and raised. Kind of like following this thing a lot. Oh gosh. Getting a little closer.
I ordered a fractal 75mm and all the parts to build. What 450 mAh BT2 battery S are your favorite?
I prefer either Tattoo, tinywhoop, Bleed FPV, and that's it for 450s. The reason I suggest those three is because they're literally all three the same. Just different wrappers, so just find which one is available closest to you,
Howdy.
which one ships for the least, and which one costs the least. Out of those three, and you're getting yourself a deal.
There's gotta be an for that has one of these windmills like a mile from his house. Would be badass to fly.
There is a bunch of windmills around here. I could try to see if I can get close to them. The problem with everything that I want to fly around here is when I get close to it, I realize that it's like fenced off, and they put security cameras up everywhere because there's a lot of junkies where I live. Like there are a lot of like.
Have you ever tried S-Bang?
A lot of whites that are addicted to pills and such.
Different wrapper.
Unfortunately, a lot of that, a lot of opiate abuse up here. So, yeah, they steal shit from construction sites, from anywhere that has like expensive electronics in it. They steal it and then they sell it. Catalytic converters go disappearing in parking lots sometimes. Never be too careful. But anyways, that seems to cut out some of my FPV spots around here because everything's fenced off or has security people that just sit on the premises. They just sit there in a booth and they wait for somebody to do something bad. Although I'm not doing anything bad, they're just going to yell at me and tell me to go away. I need to go back. I need to find another gynecologist office that's like closed on the weekends that I can fly around again. That was fun. Oh no. Need a little more flick juice on that one.
I'm desperate for new spots.
Ditto.
Odelay.
Odelay indeed. Speak of the devil, and he will appear. Mr. Bergman, you just saved the day, buddy. Infinity Loops was about to be deleted by the end of this stream if you didn't show up, so it's a good thing you did.
Power loops are hard. Glad I can help.
Power loops are hard.
I wanna FPV the Starship launch even if it's in a sim.
So, oh, that's a cool idea. So with power loops, I try to look at them like most of the tricks that I do. I try to look at them in two separate stages to practice. Once you practice them in the two separate stages, then you can start working on them together.
I'm going to try flying jungle gyms with a 75mm.
Oh, Boondock, you're in for a great time. If you can get some nice calm days with not too much wind, a jungle gym and a 75mm whoop are match made in heaven. Now, with power loops, what I'm getting at is you want to practice power loops in two phases. The pull up and the dive down. Now the pull up is not too bad. This is just flicking yourself backwards. Really the biggest thing with the flick backwards is killing your throttle when you're upside down so you don't sink. And then you can get some float and you can kind of extend your power loops a little bit. But the flick back right when you're up here at the top, that's important. There's a real quick hard flick at the top, and that's just to get you over the hump of going over the top of it. But once you practice the up and you get yourself up, the next part to practice is the down. And the down you don't have to practice like by doing a power loop. You don't have to go like this. You can practice the down by split S-ing over and just doing this part down and getting yourself back up. So you're just kind of making like a U shape. So split S over the top and just work on your curve back just to get yourself up and over. Don't worry about continuing the power loop. Now when you get into IGAL, power loops get much harder because now you need constant loop motion is what they call it in the rule book. And that involves you always being on a loop in your power loop and not doing one of these numbers where you flick and then you go stop and then you fly forward like this. That's not a power loop. That's like a teardrop kind of thing. So they want constant loop. So when you go up and you're coming down, you need to measure that. Apply throttle slowly when you're coming back through the dive part to get yourself back to level. But you want to make it kind of curvy. You want to stay a little curvy with it, if that makes sense. But practice your power loops in two different phases. Do the one chuck over, just like this. That's all you got to do. That's just that one part. Just that one part. Get that locked. Make sure you're comfortable doing that. Just getting yourself chucked upside down and carrying your weight. You want to throw your weight backwards. So once you can do that, then start practicing the dive. Split S over and take your dive, or you can just try doing your power loops. Either one. But yeah, that flick over at the top seems to usually be the biggest challenge for most people. And then that little dive section at the end there to catch yourself again. Anyways, hope that helped.
Find one without sand. Yo Mike.
Do that too.
Sup main. The Mob 6 is super slow on Velocidrone.
Yeah, don't use whoops to practice.
Is the fastest hoop in Velocidrone though.
Don't use whoops to practice freestyle.
Are underpowered.
In Velocidrone. The whoops in Velocidrone for freestyle are not what you're going to need.
Light is the fastest hoop in Velocidrone.
Not what you're going to need for good practice. Use a toothpick. Use the HX115, whatever. It doesn't matter. Use a 5-inch quad. You're just focusing on stick inputs when you're in Velocidrone. You're not focusing on anything else.
Sense.
Just stick inputs. The physics are never going to be exactly how they are in real life in any of these simulators. So don't worry about that part of it. That part you need to adjust IRL. The stick inputs part is just muscle memory. This is just learning how your sticks move, the quad, and what you need to do to keep your power loop going, or whatever it is, whatever you're practicing doing. Is just getting those stick movements down is all you're going to want your sim for. But yeah, the physics and all that, don't worry too much about that. That's going to change no matter what. Different simulator, it'll change. Flying in IRL, it'll change. Flying indoor, outdoor will change. The type of whoop you're flying, it'll change. Yeah, they all handle differently. So don't worry about that part. Just get your stick inputs. Just do a rack of power loops. Do the shoelace. Gotta get that curve out.
Thanks, Infinity Loops.
That curve out is all that matters. That's the hard part. For most. You're very welcome. Any other questions you may have, feel free. Don't you sweat it. Here to help. This map's actually got a lot of really good power loop spots to practice on. This would be good here just to practice that flick back. See how many rings back you can go, or how many rungs back you can go. See if you can do all of them like that. Just get that shoot back is really important. I was lucky. As long as you got that part down, the dive in out of it is your second challenge, but that's really, I feel like that's a lot easier to understand. Like a slow application of throttle is pretty easy to understand. Throwing a quad backwards and carrying your weight, I feel like takes a little more training, training your brain. Now, obviously, you're never going to do anything like that in a whoop. You're not just going to like flick yourself back and carry for forever. But this is basically like practicing in slow motion with a 5-inch quad. And then when you do it with a whoop, it's going to be a lot faster, but you'll have that muscle memory down. It's just a matter of getting your timing right then. But get them stick inputs down
Head's
first.
hoodie fits perfectly and the fractal is done. Check your messenger.
Epic! I'm glad the hoodie fits. Fuck yeah! Do you mind if I pull the picture up? I'll pull it up on the computer. I need to go to my social media. Gotta go to my Facebook page. Make sure to follow me on all my socials.
Send it.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, I'm gonna. Just edging. Just edging. Just edging them out.
One more like for a tasty bean.
Here we go.
Do you use a certain rubber band to hold your battery with whoops?
No, just whatever I find laying around.
If
Any rubber band, something skinny. Skinny rubber band usually.
Patreon because YouTube's cut is too big.
Hey, look at that.
Oh yeah.
90%ers. Rise up. No, that's giving me a boner.
That's giving me a boner right there. Good shit. I'm glad everything fits and went together. Have you flown it yet? I assume no, probably.
I got a boner too. Me too, 8-bit.
Yeah, as far as rubber bands,
Perfect combo.
You can,
of course, I flew it silly.
You can order. Okay, good. I don't know. Some people send me pictures like immediately after they finish a build, and I'm like, oh, "Okay, how's it fly?" And they're like, "I don't know. I didn't maiden it yet, or I got to charge batteries or whatever." I'm just making sure. Frig, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, rubber bands. You can order the little black rubber bands on Amazon. I think they're called like hair rubber bands, maybe, or some shit. I don't know. There's something to do with like girls use them for like tying ponytails and all that.
First
or braids.
Finest on DVR soon online.
So yeah, you can use those. Those are like tiny normally, and they're pretty much what you're going to need for a whoop, at least.
Braids elastics.
Sure, there you go. But usually I just grab whatever. They're like office rubber bands I find laying around. I just grab them. As long as it's not extra super duper thick. As long as it's kind of like, you know.
Drop that link for the print you made for the 1S batteries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got you.
What up, fam?
What up, Greg? How you doing, brother? How's the air over there in New Jersey? Where can I find that quickly? Thingiverse? It always signs me out of Thingiverse, and then it makes this big hullabaloo so that I have to sign back in. It makes it such a pain in the ass. Yeah, it didn't work. Oh, God, stupid.
Yet SUX. Printing a TKS Derby frame right now, pumped to build it.
Ooh, hell yeah. Let me know how that goes. What were we looking for? Nope.
TKS has that similar print for a battery too somewhere on his thingy.
Okay. Yeah, the one I did is very simple. There's not a lot to it. And it'll do the trick for you. I saw. I think I just saw the TKS one. That one's thick. There's a lot going on with that one. Very complex, very robust. There it is. I forgot my. You want to know why I kept passing it? Because my profile picture is, is the guy. So I kept scrolling past it, not realizing that that's my profile picture. So that's why I didn't see it. Anyways, this is that's a 300 milliamp. This is the 450 that I use here. It just screws into each one of your flight controller screws.
The one I use is the TKS.
This hangs underneath. There's little dimples in there, so you can fold those down, those two flaps down, and then you can squeeze a 450 through that way. It works really well. It's super light. I don't remember the exact weight that it comes out to, but yeah, I use that a lot to hold a battery on like a toothpick or anything like that. Just run your stack screw through it, print it in TPU.
I like it.
And yeah, really, really simple, really basic, but it works. Speaking of simple and basic, dude, I love being able to like understand a little bit of CAD now to where I can design simple shit like that, for instance. So the other day, I've had this grinder, this herb grinder that I use in the kitchen when I'm grinding up my botanicals for my fruit smoothies. But anyways, my herb grinder had a little gasket, like a little plastic gasket that went on the top cap. So when you spin it, there's no friction there between the metal pieces. There's like a little bit of cushion. Well, I've had this thing for like 10 years, probably, this grinder. And the gasket just disintegrated, just wore away over time. So I was getting ready to just throw it out and buy a new grinder, but then I realized grinders are like $80. The grinder I have is like $85. So I was like, well, I could just print one.
Love them botanicals.
So I got out my little.
Your mind dissolved to nothing too.
Got out my little calipers, my little Nick Burns digital calipers, and I went to measure the grinder, and of course,
larger than my calipers will stretch to.
Wasn't, but I needed to use that. Measured it out real quick, jumped in Tinkercad, made a little TPU circle, hollow, like ring, and first shot just popped right in there, and just enough to give me space to where you don't hear metal grinding on metal while you're grinding up your weed drugs. Pretty good. Not so bad. I love being able to do that now, though. It's sick.
Tinkercad is a blast to use.
It really is. And it makes life so easy and so simple that I am terrified to use any other CAD program because I'm sure it'll be a lot more
I
complex.
teach it to 10-year-olds.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
So
Like
cool to see something come
it's super
to shape.
easy to
I'm
use.
tinker looping right now. I use Blender. Tinkercad.
Yeah, Tinkercad is
On
definitely
shape isn't too bad.
a blessing for me because I am
Barely an
a
inconvenience.
big, thick pile of dumb, as I've said repeatedly in the past, and I'm not afraid to admit there's an arrow on the floor and I still went the wrong direction.
Weed is always a good motivator, lol.
Super smart. Oh god. Oh, weed's the only way I'm getting through my day, unfortunately, with Crohn's disease, unless I'm taking pain medicine all day, which fuck that noise. Yeah, weed's kind of the only other option. It's either that or sign up for some pharmaceuticals for the rest of my life. No, thank you. But since that's the case, and I use it often, that grinder has gotten a workout over the last, it was since I got diagnosed, so it was 9 years ago. So I've had that grinder for 9 years. Oh, that's trippy. The bottom of the staircase is invisible. Interesting. What the fuck was that? What are you doing?
How much does it cost where you're at?
For a month, for me, I usually spend around 400 for the month. Thereabouts.
If you guarantee you're to eat your pharmaceuticals, can I have them?
No. Canceled all those prescriptions. No mas. I take other stuff for my Crohn's that's not like pain management stuff, and
Grow bro.
that's it. I will, as soon as they allow it, I will.
LOL.
They don't allow it in my state yet. I used to grow, like illegally, but with a kid and a wife that has a job as a teacher, it's probably, I just need to wait for it to be legal.
I love how
Not
non-excited
worth
she
it.
said that.
Oh god.
You can't have any pharmaceuticals if you don't eat your meat. Didn't Maryland just go wreck?
They did, but it doesn't go through
10
until
more.
July, I think.
It's over 400 an ounce here.
They
Yeah, like gabapentin SUX, but the pain
Over
was so
400
bad
an
weed
ounce
wasn't
there?
helping, but man, that stuff
Holy
SUX,
shit,
if I want
dude.
to quit it, I am stuck with seizures. Only way to get rid of them is to take the med. What lol.
I get ounces when they go on sale. They do like ounce days once a week, and I think I get them for like 120 for an ounce of like good decent
LMFAO
flour.
funeral.
Nothing too bad. Did it blank out what funeral said? Oh, it did. Why did it blank that out? Dude, YouTube is... What's wrong with... What? You can't have any pharmaceuticals if you don't eat your meat. That's what they bleeped out?
Stoked how this new 4ER
Amazing.
is flying. Had to electrician tape the battery on as the bat strap would hit on FC on this prototype 23mm standoff's next version. You
Well,
can
I'm glad
cure
it's
that
fine,
by
but-
eating at little seizures. Nope, lol.
Oops.
I'm on Big Pharma's list of problematic people.
Yeah, right?
There is only one distribution center, no competition to drive the price down so they can charge whatever they want.
Ah, well that
I
sucks.
don't know how much we
Jesus.
pay for weed. My lady works at dispensary and gets an amazing discount.
Oh, sick. That's nice. Yeah, I didn't even go to the dispensary yesterday. I get texts all day about, oh, we got deals. Like, yeah. I don't need anything right now, so I'm not gonna go. I don't know. The whole like weed culture thing, I'm not like super into. I don't really care.
Time for you to start your own distip center.
You know?
I paid 100 for lil over half ounce.
That's not too bad. And it's still expensive, but it's not too bad. 400 for an ounce is insane.
They're trying to pass a bill to the government about legalization of the weed again. I signed it OFC.
Butterflies. Butterflies.
Weed gives me anxiety.
Yeah, it doesn't work for everybody, you know. It also depends on the strains that you're
That's
smoking.
under what dispense charges.
There are some strains that I smoke that give me a little bit of like heightened anxiety. I just have to like kind of talk myself out of it a little bit. But I'm so used to it now where it's like I know when it's happening and I know why it's happening, so I can kind of just like walk myself through it real quick. But yeah, no, I understand that. My wife's the same way where she can't like do anything like that without getting severe anxiety.
Indica, indica, indica.
Yeah, yeah.
Germany is legalizing
Indica,
it, so it's going to be
indicouch.
difficult to govern the inrush of the stuff without government.
I prefer
I take
sativa.
too
I
much
just
kratom now though.
do that sativa all day.
I paid 25 for 2G of premium carts and a pre-roll LOL.
Oh,
Late harvested indica.
god dang.
There are still people lined up around the corner waiting for it. Indica.
Indicouch.
Sativas can be ones that make anxiety and other
Yes.
hyper feelings.
Yeah, they make you very jittery sometimes. I like that feeling though. I kind of like I get stuff done like that. Get my day going. I can't if I do indica. I would be so fucking lazy. I'd never get anything done for the day.
Was getting 40 ounces in Washington, quality not guaranteed. Ooh woo.
Oh, well, that makes sense in Washington though, right?
Indigo.
Ah. Indigal. Nice. Indigo. So I need to tell Dan, I need
Make hash out of late harvested indica and
I need
let
a
it sit
refund
for 3-6
from
months.
Skittles.
Gets you so stone Cypress
I bought a
Hills jealous of
t-shirt
your
that
stuff.
says
LMAO.
WWH WHO WHOO WHOOP on it. Assuming iGal would be using the letters whoop, but they're not. And now we're being lied to even more because it's called the International Game of Whoop, but we're not playing for the letters whoop anymore. So it's not the International Game of Whoop, it's the International Game of Whoop. I think OG said it the other day, it's I gooey. I forgot how he said it. No, I got eaten.
I go yes.
Yeah, that's what it is now. So I'm gonna need a refund on my T-shirt though. That T-shirt's false advertising. Now, what am I gonna be called a liar by everyone?
Oy vey.
Yes.
Now sit down and eat your goy slop.
Eat the bugs. The bugs.
Soon the game will just be called Dan.
Just called Dan. International Game of Dan. Old Danny boy. Yeah, I don't understand the change in the letters, and not the change in the name.
Hey, good
then,
morning.
you know, because it's like, it is called International Game of Whoop, and we're no longer playing a game of Whoop. We're playing a game of iGal. It's like, do you want to play a game of horse? You know, International Game of Horse. Why do we call it horse? Nothing to do with horses. It's because you spell it out. You want to play skate?
Makes game shorter.
You know? Well, sure,
4 letters.
but you should have changed it.
Instead of who.
Could have made it whoop with 1 O the way it's said. Oops. Then at least the name of the competition would still make sense.
I don't know why RaceCal used IGOW instead of race.
I don't know why they did
Fetty
either.
Wap.
I don't know why they did either.
Yes, I am a real horse. Wop, there it is.
He's losing me on the naming scheme here. No, no. Oh, no. Wop! There it is. Yeah! Should have called it IHA. Best of both worlds. Get a little bit of IGOW, a little bit of whoop. Needs to be doing that 4D chess thinking. All right, one more map, and then I'm calling
Cocksocks
calling
and
her
Wop
quits.
boxers.
Let's go back to dynamic polyworld. Ah, yes, let's do this one. This is oldie.
WAP battles.
Oldie but a goodie.
I Snoop. International House of
Snoop.
Hoop.
Yeah, there you go. Anything, man. But now it's not International Game of Whoop anymore. Now we're at a crossroads. Now we got to rename the whole thing. Oh god. Oh crap. Oh boy. We got turned all types upside down there.
Dan. Dan the Flying Man. RaceCal already made things weird on the naming front.
That's true. They did. Yeah, you're right. Yes, they did. RaceCal. Yeah, I didn't even think. I guess because I didn't participate in RaceCal, I didn't really think about that. But yeah, that. What is that name? RaceCal.
Mike, how Sicario build coming along? Or 2 Dans in a hoop.
Oh, caught a little branch there.
I think Game of Hoop should just be the brand at this point.
Yeah, true. It really should. I agree. And then just call the mini games, something else. But yeah, I agree.
Going well. Radix 2 HD arriving today, getting a big set of TP ready to print for it now.
Nice.
RaceCal stands for really awesome come embodied game of hoop. Should have it 90 this weekend.
Oops. What time is it? 12:09. All right. We're getting there. No, I missed it.
Oh, sick, coming along quickly for a big build like that.
Ah, please.
This map destroys my PC now.
Bergman doesn't play around.
I'm going to lick the world.
Does it? That's no good. I wonder why.
International Game of Goop. You make the candle that closest smells your panty junk.
Ew.
I have a potato right now.
Ew.
Some men just
Fuck
want
is
to
that?
lick the world.
Anybody else hear that?
New Velocidrone has been hit or miss with frame rate.
Ah, okay. Hopefully they're just making some adjustments, maybe. Sorry, 2 seconds. Oh, what is this?
Some men just want a tangerine.
Oh wow, that's flying way better. That little high singy thing that they sent me, the little stargazer, like it's like a kid's toy, but it's a quad.
Or trombone.
Man, they got it flying
Some men just
way
want one
better.
jar.
Way better. That like actually kind of looks like a race quad now. At least the DVR does. I don't know if I'm allowed to show you guys this or not.
WTF, it censored me.
But wow. Yeah, they did some firmware updates. It looks like the tune is handling way better. Interesting. I'm looking forward to flying that one some more. I want to see what those guys do with that. With that company. Hi, singy.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical like money. They can't be bought,
Kiss.
reasoned, or
Gross.
negotiated with. Some men just want to live the world.
Gross.
Can the frame only be purchased? Mike, if you get it tuned and flying nice on Triblades, I'd love to hear
What do you
about
mean,
it on some big
frame
blade.
of
It should
what?
haul ass, especially for being a bit lighter with no payload. Looks like YouTube is looking out for Beijing Biden.
What did you type?
Stargazer.
What the fuck, it censored me? What did it censor? I guess I didn't even get to see it. It's
For
like
China
gone,
Biden.
gone. Gone. Oh, the Stargazer. No, it's a kit. You can't buy just the frame at all, I don't think. I think all you can get is like the whole kit. New Jersey Greg, thanks for flying with me, brother. Actually, I'll leave the lobby open if you just want to keep farting around for a little bit. Let me pull up the Stargazer. Hi.
Bummer.
Singy. I don't know that you would want to buy the frame. It's a bit girthy. Stargazer. I think that's how you spell it.
Yeah, looks fun though.
Drone cams, honest review. Honest review. Heads up. Justin Davis from Drone Camps RC.
Bad for life for sure, man. I'm going build it on 2806 fives to start, then try the 30mm. Yeah, it was a lame review. Is OG going to do IGOW?
He also wasn't even supposed to
He
do
bashed
it.
it.
He wasn't even
Yet it
supposed to do
refuses
it.
to say it, lol.
Goober.
Like it was meant for pros.
Yeah, yeah. OG is doing iGal. Allegedly.
Did you ever figure out if it takes 8 props?
Huh?
It's a STEM thing.
It is, yes, yes. Yeah, it's like a STEM toy. Oh, I guess I can't get into the site. Yeah, it's a STEM toy for teaching children how to fly.
Yes, it does bad for life.
Well, that's cool. You can. I didn't realize I was scrolling through this. That's sick.
IGOWOG.
So, anyways, there you go. That's what goes into her. The firmware and flight controller and everything is all made by them, custom for this application to work with their app, the Bluetooth app on your phone, and it tracks all your flight log and everything and your crashes and how much flight time you have. You get to level up your profile. The more you level up your profile, the more control over it you get. It's kind of neat. It's a fun little kid's toy.
Those also go into RC cars.
Oh, there you go. This is all the stuff you get with it. The little kit.
They got a whole ecosystem that transfers to.
Oh, wow. Look at all this. They have different chassis. I didn't realize they had all this customization stuff for it. Jesus.
Is it for kids?
Oh, they have different motors.
Kind of neat.
Interesting. Magic Star is what comes on it. Cold Boot. See if we can
and
zoom
the
in on
VR
some of these.
integrated stuff into real-life FPV goggles view. Whoa.
Yeah, they do some cool stuff over there. And it's a super small team. I've talked to the lead developer who's developing like all the firmware and everything, and he's like, I'm the test pilot, I'm the programmer. He does like everything. Nice dude though.
Bad for life, hell yes, I already have some.
I think his name's Aaron. He's a nice fellow. You know what sucks though is I've been still here. I'll show you a little bit. I'll give you guys a little spoiler since you're here. A little stream spoiler as I do. The Stargazer video.
Very cool project.
I'm still working on it, but I had some of my. I had my nephew fly it. I had my son fly it. I had my wife fly it. I had my brother-in-law fly it. All of which, except my son, don't fly FPV very much.
I really want to build a 13 prop quad like a beast class.
The problem is that any DVR that I could get, I tried DVR from my computer using the receiver that I fly on stream with.
Did you freestyle it?
I tried using the SkyZone 04Xs. I tried using the HD Zeros. I tried using the SkyZone 02Xs before their module. All of them give me, here, hang on, I'll show you. All of them give me this picture though, when I record. When you're in the goggles, this is, who's this flying? I think this is my, who's flying? Oh, it's my son. I see his feet kicking. So I'm flying my my fractal around, and I'm chasing him. I also got some footage of me chasing him with the, hang on, with the HD Zero mob light. But it just looks like shit. The actual image looks like crap.
Try and shot for Android.
Oh, here, look. Here's my wife. There's my wife flying it. I'm chasing her with the HD Zero. She's getting it. Watch, she's gonna go over here and she's gonna eat shit, and it's gonna kick up a bunch of. It's gonna chew up a bunch of her house plants. It's funny as hell. Almost ran into her. The dirty air underneath it, like the prop wash is really
LOL.
bad. Do you see?
I completely destroyed my
I'm like,
Light 7 on my first
I'm explaining it to her.
Set up properly.
That like,
Sabotage.
there's certain things that you can change when you're flying about like your stick inputs, because I see her
so freaking rad,
twitching
dude.
like doop, doop,
Ditto
doop.
Mike, I even got
and I could hear her next to me going. I could hear it going like this.
Picked a frame to use either. Yet I just want
every time she wanted to turn.
That frame.
I was like, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. That's all you need. But she doop.
Not the bottom half. My wife would destroy me if I hit the plants.
Maybe she's gonna get stuck in the coat rack. Where's she gonna get stuck?
Man,
Where's
I'm
she
jealous.
headed?
Bad for life. What size ESC?
Oh, my battery is dying on mine. She's still gonna fly. Hang on, I needed a new battery, I guess. Let's see if she crashed here.
That's the sickest shot.
Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Oh, she's kicking some dead leaves around. Hang on. All right, here we go. Here it comes. Oh! Did you see this shit kick up? She had fun though. She had a good time with it for a little bit, and then she stopped. But yeah, it's fun for what it is. You understand what it is. It's not a freestyle quad. It's never going to be a freestyle quad. He said they've even they've done freestyle with it.
See the yaw style there.
And
it nace the avocado. It has no crash recovery.
It really does.
Heads can put that fractal fucking anywhere.
The biggest issue they said that you can put it in acro. It does have an acro mode, but it's locked to normal folks. He said, he was like, I'll show you how to unlock it, but he was like, it doesn't fly like you would. It weighs like 46 grams. It's heavy as shit, and it's a 40 millimeter prop. So it's definitely girthy. It's a thick girl, but it's meant to be kind of robust, so you can beat the hell out of it as a 6-year-old or 7-year-old, and nothing breaks, which is nice. But So I don't know if it's an encryption thing. I know somebody asked. I don't think it's an encryption thing from what the guy told me, because I told him, I was like, I can't get good DVR of this. All of it looks, it's all black and white. I can't get on like a good channel for it. And he said that they are aware of it and they've talked to the camera manufacturer, and the camera manufacturer said it was an issue with something with like the goggles. I guess receiving the image. I guess so. Maybe it could be an encoding issue. I don't know. It's outside of my pay grade. Again, I don't get paid to do any of that stuff, so I'll leave it for them to figure out. But the video's coming. I'm working on it. There's well, there's some of this action of my 6-year-old trying it out, which is pretty funny. He just runs it into shit and giggles constantly, which is hilarious to hear. But I tried doing recordings on like my Sky Zones. I tried it on everything. I just couldn't get good picture. He said Fat Sharks work really well, and of course that's the only set of goggles I don't have here. So maybe I'll try asking OG, maybe. I know he has a pair of Fat Sharks. Maybe I'll ask him if he can bring his over so I can just use them to record.
Got some rad parents.
Yes. But yeah, for now, the picture just looks like ass in the recording. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't hurried to try to get this video done, is because this is what I'd be showing you. You know, it's like I'm gonna cut this with. I have room footage of them actually like sitting and flying it. That's why those big lights are set up. So there's like yeah, look there's footage you can just see of like shit just flying all over the room. Everybody was flying. I had a bunch of my whoops out, and we had the Stargazer. All the kids were trying it. There's my nephew there. But this video will be out, and this footage will be cut and synced with DVR footage. But maybe I'll get OG's Fat Sharks over here so I can.
Does OG have a power play? What channel band
is
it running?
He does. It's switchable, and I don't remember exactly which one it lands you on. He told me, the guy who makes it told me, and I just set it to that. I don't remember what it was though. I just kind of set it and forget it.
You need a power play. You could try to do the input to the power play.
Okay, yeah, I guess I could. I guess I could. Well, he has a power play. So it gives you
power play, I mean.
It's like a separate
power lay.
It's like a separate DVR you can hook your goggles up to. That'll record you in 60 FPS, I believe. 60 FPS, right? But it's an easy way to get 60 frames per second on your DVR footage without having to go through like Sky Zones and all that.
60 FPS.
Yeah, baby.
TKS Derby just finished, came out great.
I even have. I'll even show you guys in the video. You'll see more of it.
Best.
But this is what the app looks like.
Need a power play.
The app looks like this. So you set up an account. So I set up my little account there. You get levels. So I've leveled up a little bit, not much. You get your air time listed here for how many minutes you've been in the air. This was taken second day I had it. There's been 2 crashes, 5 flights total. You get points that you can unlock achievements with and all that. It's pretty cool. They did it really well. It's gonna take kids
8-bit FPV
and just lock them into this. You know, it makes it. There's more levels to it than just flying now. I guess with theirs, it's a bit more of like a game, which is kind of fun. Do I need a power play? I don't know. I don't know if a power play will do me any good in this situation or not. I guess I got to try one, but OG has one. I just need to get him to bring it over here.
Heads,
you know.
How are you doing?
What's going on, brother? How you doing? South Africa, right? I'm pretty sure. Am I remembering that correct? I think I got that right. How is the weather in South Africa? But anyways, that high singing video will be, it's coming. All the product shots are done. The work in progress folder is packed, filled with stuff. I hate having work in progress folders open for this long. But it's getting there. It'll be out soonish-ish.
Hot. TV.
But like, yeah, you can. There's all this is DVR of my son flying. All of this is HD footage chasing it. These are clips that came off of the computer recording it. There's some product shots that are in there. They're all raw still. I haven't edited anything. But this thumbnail's already been taken. I took all the pictures. Everything's done. I just need to like get better footage of
the rains down in
flying
Africa.
The footage of flying it that I have is really bad quality. That's the only problem. But we'll get around to it. We'll get there. What else do I have in the work in progress right now? 1003's video's done. You guys don't get to see Cosmo yet. What else do we have in here? The overcomplicated blender. That's coming. I need the other two for that one. That's going to take a little while. The Cardboard Chronicles. I know Clown FPV wants me to get that one done. I'm working on that. Oh, the whiskers. Let me show you guys this. This is freaking epic. If you guys haven't seen...
25,000 kV motors with 5 blades on my Mob 6 and rips now.
If you haven't seen the tinywhoop whiskers yet, they are tiny little LEDs you can get for your whoop that weigh next to nothing, and they give you a...
Thanks, and yes, South Africa, and it's getting cold here.
Uh-oh. Getting chilly.
Power Play uses the AV audio video in-out connections right.
Look at this. This is pitch black in my garage, and we're going to fly the whiskers around. I have a Fractal 75 with the whiskers attached to it. Any minute
I found
now.
microscopic RGB LEDs
there
that
it
run
is.
on 3.3V.
Look at how many little blinkies are on there. It's insane. So many blinkies. Look
Yes,
at that bad
8-bit
boy.
FPV.
Lit up like
Post
crazy.
that up, Mikey.
But anyways, yeah, if you want to get some whiskers for your whoop, it makes it look sick. If you like flying at night especially, you can really freak people out with it. Ooh, smacking into the ground. But anyways,
LEDs.
there it is. Yes, they're
Okay,
LEDs.
I have those inputs.
They're awesome.
Yes.
They're cheap, and they're
Disco.
tiny, and they don't weigh
RD.
nothing. So yeah, it's super easy to install them. They just patch right into your 5-volt input. You can just solder them right onto your battery pads. And that's it. And then when you plug your whoop in, they're on. And they're freaking sweet. It doesn't really drain any extra power that you notice, at least. I didn't notice. I still got pretty decent flights out of them. All right. I'm going to go see if the wife wants some food because I'm hungry.
I got some big-ass X-Class ARM LEDs I plan to use on this class.
so
Never
tired.
ran LEDs before, but something that big deserves it.
Excuse me.
Chase people at the skate ring with it during the disco ball.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
HTTPS www.amazon.com GP product B084JFK1M8 Ref PPX YoDTB search ISIN title IEUTF8TH1. Does Quicksilver do LEDs?
I don't know. That's a good
I
question.
tried the
That'd be a
lead
good question
pads
for
and got nothing, but
Hanford
went straight to battery after.
or
Have a good
Chaotix
one, Y all.
for sure.
Sorry.
Gentlemen, ladies, thank you so much for chilling this Friday. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, please. Go out there
Howdy
and
ho,
get
folks.
some
LLLLL
flying done.
gang.
Nana, you're here at just the right time. Perfect timing. I hope you all enjoy your Fridays, and we will see you tomorrow night for another live stream. We'll be here tomorrow at around 9:30 p.m., our normal start time. Hopefully, I got a little something special to show you guys tomorrow night on stream. Maybe. Might show my feet. Just saying, you might want to prepare. Have a good day, everyone. Enjoy.
As
Go
always,
fly.
LOL.
And we will see
Thanks,
you
Mikey.
tomorrow night.
Holler
Peace.
at your boy. I'm working. Have a good day. Laters. I'll be here tomorrow night. Been doing RMA stuff for Happy Model. Cheers. Thanks heads. Laters man. Laters all y'alls. Hand pink waving.
I remember
Cheers.
when I could get gas for a
Galaxy
nickel.
Tone